Joie, the scumbag offenders. Right. It's my last day. The shrine. I can see the mist coming down. You know what? Let me check it out. Let me go up these side stairs. This is my last day. I'm checked out of my hotel. And again, it was easy. I just gave him my keys and walked out, man. It was no paperwork, no... I didn't get a receipt, but, oh well, F it. Anywho's, so I got to leave. So my flight isn't until 7. So I got to be back around 3-ish to take the bus and all that crap. And it's going to suck. And then a long-ass flight. And then I got how long? 6-hour layover in freaking LAX. It's bullshit. Anyway, so figure out something when I get there. Holy crap, getting tired already. Might not be a good idea to get all sweaty first. It's misty, raining. Okay, we'll take a break because I'm old and tired. Look at this. Pretty nice. Anyway, so I had an idea for actually a couple of epiphanies in the shower, but I won't tell you about those, except for the one. Anyways, I made a video a while back called something like the J-Landers. The YouTube J-Landers busted my J-bubble about moving over here and living. What do you call it? Yeah, you know, when I first got onto the YouTube, I'm out of shape. Whatever we call it. When I first discovered YouTube, you know, I was like, yeah, man, like everybody else, I want to come to Japan and live and all that stuff. And I guess if you watch the video, it says it all there. But basically, you know, you watch TV, you watch the movies. God damn. There, this is less pathetic. So you watch all the romantic ideas of, you know, why everybody loves Japan because of all this. You know, look at this, it's beautiful. And then the samurai and then all the cultural stuff and the food and everything, but you don't take into account, you know, what it's actually like to live here. And I was telling Mifi this, that at the YouTube party, that, you know, I'm very impressed with her, that she just, you know, up and did it. You know, she got a job and everything, and she did what she's supposed to do, but she more or less just up and did it and came here. So now, you know, she's living the life, but you know, you still have to get up in the morning, pay your bills. You got to go to the post office, wash your clothes, and basically, you know, interact with the indigenous peoples, which can be rough. And what I noticed around here, and this is Tokyo. You know, it's a big metropolitan city, and they're used to seeing more so than some of the smaller towns. You know, but they're used to seeing foreigners here, and you know, they treat you with a polite form of neglect. You know, they're not outright rude to you, but they don't really engage you any, you know, much, which is fine, whatever. So anyway, so what I was thinking, talking to some of the folks that have been here for a while, you know, some between like 5 and 20 years, they seem to have something in common. Well, first let me go off on a tangent, a little rant that that I needed to. This would be actually a part 3 to my little video from yesterday, part 1 and 2. I noticed a slight form of snobbery. That's right, folks. I said snobbery amongst some of the YouTubers there. Uh, there seems to be like a little club, I guess, for the folks that are really super fluent in Japanese. The younger ones, I'll subgroup that to the younger ones that are fluent in Japanese. Uh, they seem to have this smugness about them because, I mean, here you figure you're stuck over here, not stuck, but you're over here in Japan, and um, you're you have to, everything's Japanese, and a lot of stuff is just, you just have to do it in Japanese. But then I would figure you get a chance to start speaking English, especially with people who you never met and are more fresh from the States or whatever. You'd want to talk to them in English or whatever. But it's funny how this little group of people, I think, they just splintered off to their own little thing, and then they're all just speaking Japanese to each other, and it just seems like, oh, I never heard that word before. Where'd you learn that? Or I don't know. It just seems like that's just my opinion. Okay, so back on topic. Um, and some of these same guys, I'm listening to them talk and stuff, and politics popped up a little bit, and I realized that maybe it's not that I wanted to live here in Japan uh, specifically, but maybe it's more like I just want to get out of the States. I just want to get out of the mess that's slowly creeping up on everything there. And I think, and that's a common theme. That's what I heard. I heard a lot of people say, "Oh my God, America's a mess. It's for this reason or that reason." It all gets into the details and personal per person. But for the most part, overall things are getting very getting sticky. And so I mean, I see it. That's me. I want to get out. Not that I want to give up on America. It's just like, at a certain level, there's nothing you can do. Uh, I think we're a young country, and we got a lot to learn. All these other countries have been around for thousands of years, and they've been there, done that. They've learned their lessons, and some of them are still a little arrogant, but that arrogance comes with power. So you got a lot of power, you're going to be a jerk. But at the same time, when it's time to learn a lesson. And for right now, we got power quick as far as America. I think this is all my opinion, but as far as America goes, we got power really fast, and then we became arrogant really fast. So now, the playing field is a little bit more level, and other people, have the same stuff that we do. We're not special anymore. That's the whole thing. We're not special anymore. We're not producing anything that's so over the top that no one else has had before. Like weaponry or better mousetrap. Whatever. Everybody else is doing it, coming out with it quicker and cheaper, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just saying that America, we're starting to lose what we have to offer to the world. Because honestly, the American dream, you come here to the land of opportunity, and if you got the balls and the brains, you make it happen, and you become rich. And I guess there's a lot of other countries that's impossible to do because there's just the economy or the government. It's very prohibited. But you come to America, like I said, if you got it, you can do it. Um, but so there's tons of other countries really that you can do that. I mean, personally, uh, Germany is a great place, and everybody seems very happy, and it's very clean, and well, most of Europe, a lot of Europe, anyways, and a lot of Asian countries that I've been to are the same way. I don't see any. I mean, obviously, people in America want to freaking jump ship, go somewhere else, but you know, they're gonna pick a place that's at least as good. At least you can get a hamburger or something in. But uh, so America's just we just don't we're losing our grip on what's cool, what's special, and we need to fix that, or else who cares? Honestly, I don't see who would want to come to the States now because you can. there's other countries you can go to and be successful without having to put up with the crap that's just turning into the circus that America is. All right. I didn't want this to turn into this kind of rant. What I was, the whole point of all this was that, yeah, it's not necessarily that I want to come to Japan to live, but it's more, I just want to go somewhere else where I can feel free and I don't have to be afraid. That's, fear is a big thing about living in America to me. Uh, there's a lot of fear. You fear. There's a. Oh man, I cannot think of what they're called. But the Primus, Les Claypool Primus. It's one of his offshoot bands, and he had this song where Henry Rollins does one of his deadpan poetry reading deals, and there's one thing in there. It's like something he's going off about possessions. It's like the more you have, the more that other people want what you have, and then they're gonna steal from you. And now it's kind of a paradoxical circle, whatever. Anyway, so well, that's the whole thing. You walk around in fear. You don't want to have nice stuff and show off your bling, and because someone's gonna steal it, so they can wear it and show it off, or sell it for crack. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, because I wanted to get out. I was thinking, you know, retirement, old age, and stuff, and what I want to do when I'm old, and I was thinking, yeah, I'd love to live here in Japan, for the cultural reasons. But then, like I said, when I got here, it's a little different. It's not what you think. And then, everybody else's vlogs and stuff, telling you, well, it's a great place, but you got to put up with this and you got to put up with that. And like the other night, Friday night, I got back to my side of town, and down over here, there's a the little alleyways, and they have restaurants and little bars and stuff. And so I was hungry again. I wanted some more ramen. I walked into one place and I saw a picture and it looked like a bowl of ramen, but it could have been udon. I don't know. But I just lady, they come in, they say their little irashaimase and um, whatever else they spout off really fast, and I was just, oh yeah, it's like ramen, and she's like, oh ramen. She said yeah at first, and then she went to the kind of kitchen lady, and they started talking, and they're like, no, and then they said something, and I just sat down anyways. I'm like, oh, okay, give me a menu, and they just looked at me, and I was like, okay, and it's just not going too good, and she's like dozo, like pointing towards the door, and okay, I walked to the door, and she just basically kicked me out. I mean, she's like, here, go. I was like, all right, and she just pointed down the street, and I'm like, okay, and I was just like, whatever. Um, I mean, I didn't take it too offensive, maybe, because I hear that even though they could probably actually speak some okay English, or maybe even understand you, but they they're just too embarrassed to make a mistake, and they don't want to make a mistake and look dumb, so they don't say anything. But anyway, so they basically just asked me to leave. So, but it was really cool. It turned out for the best because there was like a little ramen cart, like a wooden cart, and a guy sitting on a box, listening to radio, and it was a cart. There's no electricity, no whatever. It was pretty cool. And it was excellent, and cheap. So, anyways, yeah, so that turned out all right. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of something weird. I was like, who would kick you out of a restaurant uh, just because they, can't communicate? There's pictures they can point or something. I don't know. They could have tried harder. That's all I'm saying. And I wasn't being a dick or unagreeable. I'm just like, okay, thanks. Uh, so, uh, so yeah, my J bubble has been busted, and I've always actually thought about staying in Thailand, anyways, because that's almost the opposite over there, man. Those people are like way super over the top friendly. It's kind of weird. Uh, really nice people, great. I'm sure that if you live there, if they see you for a while, they're like, okay, you're not a tourist anymore. I don't have to kiss your ass anymore, but still, I think they'd be a little more polite than around here. But anyway, so yeah, I was thinking Thailand, and plus it's cheap, really super cheap to live there, and nice, or ish. It's okay. Although I do like the safety and cleanliness of Japan. But that's for when I become a millionaire and I can afford to maybe hunker down in one place and have a summer home or a winter home or something home over here. hang out or something. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. What am I missing? What points am I missing? So that's the whole deal. I'm not really wanting to necessarily live here in Japan, but to basically get out of the States. Um, it's like it's. I think that's the downfall of capitalism. Um, and I don't really think that as far as corruption, government corruption has changed much in the past 400 years. As far as America goes, it's just the money aspect of it has changed. Um, Back then, just at the level that they were at as far as technology and social climate and the way the lifestyle is, I think, just for that time, the politics and corruption is, that's where it should be for how the living conditions are at that time. So now things are so much different. Technology is so advanced. So many more things are worth it. Because back then, what did you really have? For status. Okay, you had fine clothing, jewelry. Yeah, I guess. But it's not like they had Maseratis and awesome timepieces and all this other stuff. It's very limited to what you could afford for status. Okay, so that's the whole thing. It's just all about status. Because what's the point of having money if you're not gonna have the nice house and all that stuff. I mean, to other people, very small percentage are very, okay, well, I'm going to donate or I'm going to charity this or do help people with my money. That's a very small portion of society. But everybody else, is, oh, let me get a high-rise apartment. Let me get a, Lambo, Rolex, whatever. So now, things are, TVs and electronics and the next bigger, better toaster or whatever. People, want more money because they want more stuff to show off whatever, and so that's where I think greed and politics and corruption come in. Is you have all these things or want all these things, and then well, how do I get it? Well, I have this. I can't build anything. I'm not smart enough to come up with a new idea, or whatever. But hey, I am a politician. If you want something done, by God, I can make it happen or something. So that's their leverage. And then, well, it's going to cost you. Get me reelected or whatever, or, when I'm out of office, make sure I can have this awesome timeshare or something. I don't know, whatever they do. But, so, um, that's the deal now. And so money talks. And so every decision I feel like is made based on money. Like, okay, well, if I vote this in, okay, this it's obviously going to benefit this industry more than this one. It's going to hurt these people really, but hey, these guys are going to make some money. Plus, they're contributing to my causes. Yeah, okay. So it's just not good. I think that's how it's going. That's just the way it's going to go, downhill. Because money will always be the underlying factor of all these decisions, and it'll make bad decisions, make people do bad decisions, or at least not think of. Because there's always something better you can do, and because of money, people won't bite that bullet. That's the whole thing. It's like, well, you know what? No one's going to make any money off of this, but it's going to benefit the people. It's the right thing to do, and they ain't going to do it because it's like, well, I need a new yacht. This is ridiculous, So okay, all right, fine. Let's. The whole board of trustees needs a fleet of yachts. We better go with this plan. Yeah, sure, it's gonna destroy a forest and kill all these native peoples of a certain country or something. But what the hell? They need TVs too. Anyway, so that's it. I guess I don't know if I've articulated everything, but I'm gonna go and catch my train to Ueno and spend all that hard-earned capitalist money on gifts for people I don't like. Well, I like them enough, I guess. guess. Right, so this is the Scumbag Flanders sitting on the steps that I couldn't make all the way up, and I don't want to move, so I'm gonna get all sweaty. I got a long way to go. Alright, so I'll see y'all later.